Ah, ah, ah. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are on Earth. I hope you are doing well. My name is Riley, and tonight we are continuing trying to figure out my art style. I'm so sorry if I sound a little bit sleepy. I decided to take a nap before streaming. And so now I'm just waking up. Okay, let me open Krita. It should be visible for you. Oh, wait. Okay, now it should be visible for you. So what's going to be my process for tonight? I think I'm just going to try and play around with the brushes, honestly. I also have a reference open in what's it called? sketchdaily.net. So it's going to be a full body. Wait, let me get my tablet. Okay, I think I'm good to go. Okay. Sorry. It's a bit cool right now. Okay. A little bit of shuffling around because once again my setup is a little bit improvised. Okay, let me move the windows around. Okay. This time I decided to have a square canva because I think maybe it might be less, daunting to have, a little grid versus having a full, classic page. I don't know why I didn't start at the center of the... but that's okay. So the pose today... It looks like this. It's a picture of... like the person is pointing their arm, or like their fingers, towards something. I don't know how to have the oh my god, I'm struggling so much to talk while I draw. But yeah, the person has their arm out like this, actually not that far away, it's much more towards this direction, so I need to take the arm further like this, I think maybe I might try and do, no microphone stream. Oh, their other arm is actually up. Like they are pointing and holding a hat. Actually, I think, can I add, yeah. I think this might be one of the best features I discovered on Krita. It's like the ability to extend the Canva. I think it is absolutely brilliant. For some reason, the app seems to lag less than it was 2 days ago. So facing forwards, how do you say nombril in English? The belly button is kind of facing forwards. Then you have the legs as well, the knee over here. Thing is, I think I struggle to figure out my art style because I don't have like a specific process when it comes to using the brushes, because Krita offers so many good and interesting brushes that I feel like the art I make is going to depend entirely on what brush I'm going to use. Like for this, I'm currently using the classic, pencil right now, and so obviously I'm going to have much more messy lines using this pencil. But if I were to use this one, I don't know. Actually, tell you what, I'm going to try and use different brushes to make the same figure and see how it goes. Because I also struggle to, adding colors, because I really like, for example, how it looks right now. Wait, are they standing on their tiptoes or not? Why can't I get to? Why can't I see my mouse? Hold on, give me a second. Okay, my mouse is invisible for some reason. And now it reappeared. Okay, good. Okay, this was not a zooming issue. The lower part of the legs are not visible surely, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. I think with bodies, a thing I struggle with is making them like having different body masses and such. Like I feel like all my figures have pretty much the same build. obviously something to work on. And it's going to come with time and practice. Oh, I changed color. I didn't realize. It does occur over here. I think the issue might be also to be too impatient when it comes to drawing. Like, I love art styles that are colorful and full of details, but when it comes to make them myself, since I am unsure of how it's going to look like at the end, I tend to get pretty much impatient, you know? I feel like this like could be a little thicker, like so. See, I really like how the legs look like right now. I think an interesting exercise would be to combine like a regular you know, like the figure I have right now, so a body reference with maybe a character from one of the games I played, you know, so that I can practice figures and also actually develop my art style instead of just copying what I see. Okay, so we have the shoulder over here, and since it's pointing more towards this way, we said oh god, perspective, am I right? So it's going to make something like this, like the biceps, forearm. Yeah, I'm actually just tracing over what I just did. Okay, let's try and be more bold. Okay, actually maybe I can change color so that it is easier. Okay, this way. And since there is perspective, this means that here is going to be much smaller than here. Or maybe not, that should be the opposite. On the reference picture, the person is standing a little bit away, so it's like rationally, if it is further away from us, it's supposed to be smaller and then it's going to get bigger, but in the picture it seems like this part is bigger than this part. Maybe because this is the wrist and the wrist is tinier than the shoulder, which actually would make sense. Okay, so how do we do that? Maybe by just making the bicep shorter. Like instead of going all the way here, we stop around here. Yeah, something like that, I think. And then you have... Okay, let me try and do that with circles first. And And the wrist is, let me check the reference. Like the pose is so cool. It's like this, and here, and they are pointing, and there are their hands here with the index finger. Besides, it's not a straight line. We have to think in terms of curves. So something... Oh goodness, okay. Let's try and... Limbs are such a mystery. Like how do they function? Okay, let's try again. I think like I have the theory now we just need to figure out how to do it in practice. So let me change color. Let me take this blue. So we have one. Maybe it would be easier if I had in mind, you know, each individual muscle. Because I mean, I can do like an approximation. I'm not sure that is a word. I can do things approximatively. But then again, if you know exactly what, you know, how the joint and the muscles are tied together, I think it would be easier to, you know, actually figure out how they connect. Anatomy is so cool, but I feel like it is an entirely different, like, part of learning how to draw. Like, even aside from perspective and such, because you don't need to know how bones look in order to draw an arm, right? But it's so interesting. From memory, it looks kind of something like this. But like somewhere in the world there is a, how do you call that, a scientist, a bone scientist, who is getting shiver from the way I drew the bones of the arm. And then you have, and yeah, just in the hand alone, you have so many parts, like, and I don't even know how to name them in English. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, there is there is one finger too many. Yeah. Anyways, back to the arm. Maybe I could try and do the other one and let my brain try to figure out this one I am currently stuck on. Oh wait, no wait, actually, wait. I think. Oh. Yeah, okay. Actually, I think I got it. I I think I have it. Okay. Like so. And then your other wrist. There we go. Something like this. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. That is something I need to actively remind myself on. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I would like it to be somewhat, at least a little bit somewhat plausible looking. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. I think maybe one thing that makes progress much more slow, it's self-criticism, because the fact that this is not looking anatomically, like fully anatomically correct, is bothering me, but I'm trying to not erase like okay, let me add a little bit of canva over here. Okay, the person is facing. Maybe actually it would do me good to bring back the old, drawing 1 hour a day, even if I don't post it on YouTube like I did last year, because I think it truly made me progress. See, it's already been almost, wait. Okay. It's already been, what's that? Almost not 1 hour, half an hour, and I am still doing the sketch. And I wanted to try and use different brushes in order to do that. So actually I might just need to, be much more bold and not try to, nitpick as much everything I do. The arm is definitely not right. It is bothering me. I'm trying. I said, oh, let's try and not pay attention to mistakes and such, but it is actually bothering me. Let me try. Now that I've done the head, let's try and see. It should, okay, I know why. On the reference, I am eyeballing it, of course, but I feel like the wrist is somehow aligned. Let me take this, another color. I feel like the wrist is somehow aligned with the how you call this body part. the knee. Like it makes a kind of triangle. So it should be more like so. There you have the finger. It is not looking good. I don't like it. Ugh. And there you should have the arm. I bet it does, yeah, it does a curve like this. It is unpleasant to struggle, you know, but at the same time, I like experimenting like this. And they have a top hat on, actually. I like top hats, they look cool. Here. There. Something like this. Oh la, there is some kind of okay, the forearm is way longer, which makes it connecting to the rest much easier. This arm, I feel like it could be good, but it is not proportionate with the rest of the body, which makes it look like a bit weird. See what I mean? Now it feels like the rest of the body is way too skinny compared to the arm, but the arm actually looks good, I think. Except for maybe this part. Okay, I think the arm looks good, but yeah, again, not proportionate with the rest of the body, and I think this should be lower. I don't like how it looks. Proportions are so difficult. just reduce a little bit. Okay, and from here we have the elbow and connecting with the forearm. I'm not sure this is going to be helpful to find my art style truly. I mean, because I mean every time I draw, it is helpful in figuring out my art style, you know. But in the sense that, like, don't you figure out your art style from doing like complete artwork, complete pieces? I'm not sure how much I can figure out about what I draw like with sketches only. Because right now it feels more like more like an exercise, which is an exercise, but if I were to try with, yeah, the way I use the different brushes is, okay, let me start over. Okay, same figure, different brush. Still the hand is giving me trouble. I think I tend to overthink a little bit. I remember when I started the stream, I was like, oh yeah, let me just get a little square Canva this time so that I can keep things small. I can keep things small and, you know, focused. And here we are. Yeah, I don't like. I don't know if it is the brush or. No, it's not the brush. I feel like it is the issue right now is my art style pretty much. Okay. I'm thinking about, art styles in general, and maybe I should try and reach out to other artists in and ask them to try and figure out what do they consider their art style and how would they define their art style. And because I think maybe, I mean, it's going to sound very silly and obvious, but maybe the art style is whatever you like doing most, and in the sense that it is your art style is going to be whatever brings you more fun and more satisfaction when you draw. Because, for example, I really like using this brush, regardless of the colors. I think it looks absolutely lovely. I just struggle with, harmonizing everything and reaching the part where it feels like a complete art style. Again, because I tend to be impatient when it comes to drawing. Impatient, but also I don't always know what I want the thing, like the artwork I'm working on, to look like in the end, and so maybe that's why I struggle with, knowing which brushes to use when I work. It's because as I draw, I am still figuring out what I am drawing, what I want to draw, what I want the composition to look like, the colors and such. And maybe this is something I need to work on beforehand to make my drawing process easier. I know that I like mixing the different brushes. This is something I know. But still, I don't feel like I have a consistent art style, which is something I'd like to develop, which is the point of those streams, The thing is, I'm not sure things can match. Like, for example, for this right here, the sketching part, if I were to color it, Like, how would I even do that? Because the thing is, when I use pencil and when I do sketches, I like the sketch to be visible because, like I said, in my opinion, those lines are very pretty. Like I just find it very satisfaction. I find satisfaction in seeing those lines. But yeah, I like when it is a bit messy and when there is a lot of different texture. So maybe this is my art style. I actually don't know. Because things don't always harmonize. I'm not sure that's a real word. They don't always marry well together. And I'm thinking of artists like, for example, I am going to pronounce her name wrong probably, Nirami, and with a French accent as well. But her art style is very recognizable, and you also have Orb as well, which is very colorful. And when I come across their post, I know right away that it's their post. Like, do I want people to also know right away from the style and the colors alone that it is my production? Yes, I think so, but it is difficult because I like to mess around a lot with the colors and such, and but actually this might be my art style, and I just need to learn to lean more into it. I mean, it doesn't look like much just now, and just for from those two things alone, it's not I need to make more finish pieces, basically, I think. Let's try with another brush, with this one, for example. Let's pick this base color. Actually, one thing I notice is that my line art is always, or at least it tends to be very messy. Maybe because I like it, which is the most important part, but maybe also because I I lack confidence in terms of making, you know, one straight line that's going to look good. So you know, I kind of try to mess around. This brush is gorgeous. I love this brush. Yeah, I need to work on my anatomy skills because that's not it. It looks so bad, I don't like it. You are going to be handless for now. I'm changing the pose a little bit for this one. I wanted to try and draw a hand, but it's been a while since I drew hands, as it is clearly visible from those attempts, so I will refrain from now. And just when I say that, somehow I managed to do something I'm not going to say decent, but something hand looking, you know. I wonder if I will ever be a real artist, you know. This is so satisfying. I really like flat colors as well. I think the only part of the process I don't truly have is the line art. And maybe, you know, I'm going to be one of those artists that don't line art. which is mainly because, like I said, I like the sketch to be visible. But I mean, I could do a sketch and having the line art as well, but I don't know. Wait, I can't see. It is too small, I can't see. Like, line art is something I am really not good at. And I know there are techniques to make the line. Oh. We cut for a little while and I didn't notice. I'll have to check the board. Oh well. Besides the... It is almost the end, the hour is almost up, you know? Krita has so many gorgeous brushes, like, look at this. Okay, so this is what we have for today. The hour is already up. And I am one step further towards figuring out my art style. At least I hope I am. Maybe I need just to go back to the basics. I actually don't know. I don't know whether I should go back to the basics or try and do more finish fan art pieces, or maybe a little mix of both. I might need to actually ask other artists for help, because I've been trying to figure things out on my own, and I know this is only the second stream of this, figuring out my art style series, but I actually might need some outside point of view in order to progress. So yeah, I might do a little video to ask around. We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna go for now. It is actually peaceful to do these little kind of streams where I'm mostly by myself. Like, the chances of someone actually watching the VOD is pretty low. And it is kind of peaceful. Which is paradoxical, because I like being a streamer, and I like interacting with the chat when there is a chat. But it is undeniable that there is some kind of peace in, existing, just being here and being invisible, but having maybe the chance of someone stumbling across you and, talking and such. Yeah. Streaming is a lot of fun. I really, really like it. Time to go for now. Next stream is going to be at the same hour on Friday. not sure if I'm going to do microphone or not. I guess we will see. Yeah, it was nice. I'm not very... I don't like a lot what I drew today. Like it is from a reference, so it's kind, I don't know. It felt more like an exercise, sort of. I mean, which is the point of the stream, is to experiment around, finding what I like, what I don't like, so on and so forth. Okay, I'm going for now. Thank you if you ever stumble across this video. Have a very good rest of your day, a very good rest of your night, depending on where you are on Earth. I'll see you very, very soon, and until then, please take care of yourself. Alright, bye bye, bye bye, see you.